All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about order blocks, how to identify them, and how to trade them. So I'm on Dex Screener right now. I have opened up, a couple of the coins that are trending today. I have this coin that's currently a couple of days old, and we're on the 1 hour time frame for Mona. And let's just jump right into it. So, what is an order block? An order block is a area, pretty much of support, where a coin can drop, and in that area of support region, a lot of buyers step in and raise the price back up. And we're going to learn how to identify order blocks in this video. So step one to doing so is, here we have a coin that's a little bit older, so we're using the 1 hour time frame. With the other coins, we're going to check out different time frames to identify them. So we're looking where there was like a swing low. So it went up here, it came back down here, and then it consolidated, went back up, came down here, and went back up, came down here, and went back up. So right here we can put an order block for this area right here. So every time it gets into this box, this rectangle, you can expect price to move upwards. And here, as you can see, that's what's happened. It went down, came back up, went down, came back up, down, up, down, up, down, up, here as well. So you want to identify these and predict these before they come back down, so you can trade them. Because if you got in here, traded here, you would have made some profits. Here would have been a really good entry if you got in right here and sold. There's no such thing as a perfect world. That's 145% return right there. Yeah, so that's just with this coin. Let's move on to the next. Here's a coin called Amber, and it's actually right as we're talking about it, it's in the order block zone. I already have it drawn out, the order block. I did call this out in my chat here, and it did do pretty well. As you can see here, it started to move. I was up 50%. My target for 70%. I'll explain why I chose 70% and not like a 2x. But so basically, what happened is, here we have we're on the 5-minute time frame, because this coin is much newer. It's only 6 hours old. So you want to be on the smaller time frame so you can see more of what's going on. So we're on the 5-minute. See here the first major pullback. Then from here it went back up and came back down drastically to the same area, consolidated for a bit, went back up, and this is when I called it. And I actually bought right over here at this candle bar, this doji, and I rode it almost to the top, not fully. I got about 40%, and I sold. I could have gotten to that 70% target. I didn't hold. I should have been more patient. But the reason I didn't expect a 2x from this is because you want to look at the previous high. As the previous high was very weak, my expectations for this high was lower. I didn't think it would, even exceed this high that we have here. So now we're in the same area right now in the order block, where technically we can buy, right? Another cool trick you can use when you're in the zone and you don't know, okay, is it going to reverse? Is it going to go back up? Heikin Ashi candlesticks. You can go here on Dex Screener, and you can choose your candlesticks. And Heikin Ashi candlesticks, they're pretty hard to explain how they work, but each candle bar calculates the value of the last candle bar, and it determines the movement that way. So they look a little bit different. But as you can see here, they're perfect signal candlesticks. As you can see, like here, the first red candle, you would have been like, okay, I'm getting out. And what happened? It fell. And then the first green candle here, it's still consolidated, but went back up. So using this, you can tell when it's going to go back up. Right now, looking at this chart, I would not purchase this because, Heikin Ashi, these are some big red candlesticks. It might even dip below the order block here because it's making lower highs and lower lows. This coin is slowly starting to fizzle out. And that's what tends to happen with meme coins. All right, let's move on to the next example. Here's a good example. We're on the 15-minute time frame. pretty new coin still. Where would the order block be for this one? So we see this coin just shot up, right? And then consolidated, and then it went down here, and then it went back up. And then what happened? Around this area here is when it went up, came back down here, and then it shot back up. So this would be another area that we can draw up an order block for. Sorry. Okay. So right here would be another order block zone. So now, like, we can watch this coin, and I'm gonna call this in my chat. If it does come back here, it made a higher high as well, slightly. So if it comes back here, you can see a great move upwards. You can see potentially another 2x. As you can see here, like if you bought here and sold, kind of hard to see, but sold at the top, it's like still like it's a 2x regardless, right? So similar thing might happen if it comes back down. It can generate another 2x potentially. With these type of trades, guys, it's not going to be a 5-minute trade. As you can see, this is on the 15 minutes, so this can take hours to pan out. But if you're patient and you don't let your emotions get involved, you can make some really good returns with this strategy. And again, if we open up the Heikin Ashi candlesticks, you can see here, it gives you good signals when to buy. You know, the downtrend is over, got our first green candlestick, we get boom, perfect buy. Go ride it all the way up, and you know, and then once we start seeing this, now we can start to see it coming down. Very good candlesticks to use to determine the price movement. All right, now the next one. These are all new coins. This coin is BUD. It's really new. It's only an hour old, but I already saw, you know, it's going higher and higher and higher, but I've determined where potentially the order block can be for this one. So you have your, you know, we're on the 1 minute time frame. You have your, you know, up, then your first major pullback, and so we're gonna take the rectangle box again, and we're gonna draw it from the bottom of the pullback. And as you can see here, you know, it consolidated a bit, touched into the order block, and it started to move back up. And if we look onto the Heikin Ashi candles, again, you know, gives us a good, like we see this green candle here, this gives us a good buy to go in. And another couple things I want to mention. So this coin's going higher and higher and higher, right? So order blocks are essentially areas of support. So where the price bounced off over and over and over again. So if this coin goes higher and higher, there can be new zones of order blocks. Like for example, this could be a new zone right here, like right here, because it went higher and it didn't, you know, had a pullback here. So potentially this could be an area of, you know, support where you can draw another rectangle right here, and it's not certain, right? It might go below this and hit here, which is much better for us, because if you catch it here and it goes back up, you can make like a 3, 4, 5x. So yeah, guys, this is just like a very simple strategy. It takes time, but if you execute, practice it properly, you can definitely make some returns like I did. With this one, I made 36%. If I held till the very top, right over here, I would have probably, you know, made 70% what I was targeting. But you know, that's where you have to practice and regulate your emotions. This is still a win in my opinion. Yes, would I like it to be higher? Of course. I will be making calls like this on my Telegram. So if you guys want to hop over there, the link will be there in the description as well. If you guys are wondering what bot I'm using, it's TradeWiz. The link's in my description as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.